Hello and welcome to the Potomac and Chesapeake Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event tonight. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but will be around for the entire session to answer any questions you may have. My name is Jenny, and I'll be your facilitator for the evening. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/PCACAC. I'd now like to turn it over to our first school, Washington College.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. Let me just get my screen share set up here. All right. So hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here presenting to you all tonight. My name is Jillian Curran, and I am an admissions counselor from Washington College, which is in Chestertown, Maryland. So since we only have a few minutes, I do just kind of want to jump right in, kind of give you guys just a little taste of what Washington College has to offer to students. So we're going to start with just some general information. We are a private liberal arts college, and liberal arts might not be a term you've heard before, so I'll talk a little bit about that. A liberal arts education is kind of more holistic and interdisciplinary. It really encourages students to explore and make connections across subjects instead of kind of solely focusing on just one specific area or skill or major. Liberal arts educations really encourage you to cultivate skills that are applicable to lots of different fields, whether that be research, critical thinking, leadership, communication, that type of thing. We were established in 1782, which makes us the first college founded in the newly independent United States, which we're pretty proud of. We're also a pretty small school. We're just over 1,000 students. We really enjoy being small because, it means that we have a really vibrant, kind of tight-knit campus community. We have small class sizes that really allow for really rich discussion and kind of exchange. And you also really get to know your professors. We have a 9-to-1 student to teacher ratio. And kind of going off of that, our classes are rarely just kind of these massive lectures where information is thrown at you. We really aim for more of the seminar kind of discussion format, which kind of incorporates both lecture and discussion. We really just feel that that is where the best learning takes place. So as far as academics go, we have over 80 areas of study with 33 majors and 50 minors. So lots of different disciplines for you to explore and choose from in that liberal arts education. And we don't have students declare a major until their sophomore year. So you get an entire year to kind of explore with zero pressure to commit to just one thing. Another sort of hallmark of a Washington College education is our senior capstone experience. So this is something that is across all majors, and it's basically a large research project done in your senior year on the topic of your choice with the guidance of a faculty member. It's really a cool program. It's really a great way to get experience kind of designing a research project, creating it, writing it, presenting it. It's a great thing to have on your resume, and you get to be really creative. It's your project start to finish. And it's also kind of rewarding to graduate with something tangible, a massive research paper, beautiful poster, presenting all of your hard work. And kind of on a more practical level, it's also great because if you're planning on going to any sort of graduate program, you're probably going to have to submit some sort of writing sample. So at Washington College, you're basically graduating with a built-in writing sample. I also wanted to make sure that I mentioned that we do have some dual degree programs as well. Some schools like Duke, Columbia, WashU, and University of Maryland are some schools that we have partnerships with for engineering, pharmacy, and other kind of pre-health fields. So another thing that kind of sets Washington College apart are our 3 signature centers. First, we have the Rose O'Neill Literary House, which is kind of the hub for writing, literature, and English on campus. They invite world-renowned poets, authors, and journalists, writers of all kinds to campus throughout the year to give talks and do readings and just meet with students. The Lit House also offers paid jobs and internships for our students to get experience, in publishing and that sort of thing. We have our own student-run newspaper and a national literary magazine that students work on. We also have something called the Sophie Kerr Prize at Washington College, which is the largest undergraduate literary prize in the nation. It's awarded to a graduating senior every year, and we just had our commencement ceremony this past Sunday, and the winner was announced, and that prize comes with $70,000, no strings attached. So if you're a writer, Washington College should definitely be on your list. The next signature center is the Center for Environment and Society, which is kind of the hub for the sciences, environmentalism, and nature. They similarly offer jobs and internships to students and really kind of emphasize hands-on and immersive learning. As you can see in the photo here, we have CES's research vessel, the Kalanectes, which students and classes will take out pretty frequently onto the Chester River. The final signature center is the Starr Center for the Study of the American Experience. And this is kind of the hub on campus for history, politics, culture, that kind of thing. They, similarly to the other signature centers, offer paid internships and jobs to students throughout the year. They also invite world-renowned historians to campus quite frequently to meet, in small groups with students and discuss their own research. And they also have a summer internship program through the Starr Center, which places about 20 to 30 students in some pretty prestigious paid internships for a summer. Places like the Smithsonian, Gilder Lehrman Institute, some really great names there. I see I'm running out of time, so I will get going. Campus life, we have over 80 student organizations. We have Greek life with 3 sororities and 2 fraternities, and a beautiful, vibrant, and historic downtown Chestertown. And as far as athletics go, we are D3 in the Centennial Conference, and you can see listed here our sports that we offer, as well as some club sports. All right, so I think that is pretty much my time. So I want to thank you all for your attention, and it's only 6 minutes, and there's so much more I would love to share with Washington College. So please feel free to reach out to me with any questions that you have following this. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. And if participants, if you do have questions for any of our institutions here during the presentations, please feel free to use that Q&A function, and you can ask more questions that way of any of the institutions here during these presentations. Up next, we have University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here tonight. My name is Caitlin Henry. I am the Assistant Director of Recruitment at UMBC, and I'm really excited to take a couple minutes to talk to you about UMBC. So in terms of the university, if you're not super familiar with us, I think the most important thing to start with is going to be location. We're located in Baltimore County, hence our name. More specifically, we're in Catonsville, Maryland. So we're about 13 minutes away from BWI, about 20 minutes away from Baltimore City, and about 45 minutes to an hour away from DC, depending on traffic. So we have a lot of awesome access to different cities and big landmarks in our area. But our campus is over 450 acres, and it's one big circle. So it's very green and open. It's totally walkable. You actually can't drive a car through campus even if you wanted to. So you can get around really easily and enjoy just some peace and quiet on your home campus, even though you can tap into the city whenever you want to. If you look really closely at the circle that you see in front of you, you can essentially split it in two. The top half of the circle is mainly academic. There's a path called Academic Row there where most of your classes would be. And then the bottom half is mainly residential. We've got housing all 4 years. We don't have dorms, which is great for you as a student. You get a little more independence early on, but there are a lot of opportunities to just have some school life balance even built into the campus. If you get the chance, I really do recommend checking out either a virtual tour online if you're far away, or trying to make it to campus for a walking tour, just because it gives you a really good feel for how small the school can really feel. In terms of academics, we are a liberal arts school. We're a public institution. We have over 61 different majors, with our top programs being computer science, mainly cybersecurity. We also have really great programs in biological sciences, psychology, engineering, and global studies is an up and coming major too. A lot of our students double major. So if you're kind of torn in between two programs, it's really not uncommon to see that double majoring happening at UMBC. You will see comp sci students doing visual arts BFAs, like dance students doing the pre-med track. So it's really a place where you can kind of mix and match because we have that flexible curriculum. We're also in the top 10 in the nation for undergraduate teaching, which is a really good testament to our faculty members. This is the kind of place where, even though we have 11,000 students, you really do get to know your faculty members. Our average class size is usually 26 to 30. So we break things down really well to try and give you that connection. Another really important thing about UMBC would be our scholars programs. These are really awesome opportunities for you to try and tailor down that 11,000 student number and give yourself kind of a family right off the bat. So you can see a little bit about each of the scholars programs here. There are 7 of them, and they all focus on different groups of students. A lot of these students have kind of similar future goals, whether that's an industry that they're trying to break into or getting into medical school or a PhD program. And a lot of them focus on students who have similar backgrounds too. So if you look at the Meyerhoff Scholars Program in the bottom left corner here, you'll see that's geared towards underrepresented students in STEM fields who want to get MD PhDs. So that's like a laser focused group of students, but it allows us to provide our students in that program with a lot of tailored support, research opportunities, and connection even after they leave UMBC, which is awesome. If this is something you're interested in, do let us know. Reach out to your admissions counselor. We can give you kind of a timeline and set you up with what to expect for the application process. So our students definitely work hard in the classroom, in labs, or other kinds of research, but we also like to say that our students play hard. We have over 240 student-led and student-driven clubs on campus. So they change every year based on what our students are interested in. We've got everything from a Baja Racing Club, where they build a Baja vehicle from scratch every year and they race it and they win very frequently, to gardening clubs, rugby, and a whole lot more. So if that's something you're interested in, you can definitely find kind of your people and your passion in clubs. We also have Student Events Board, which is awesome. They've got great social media and they help us coordinate big events like Homecoming, Quadmania, which you see happening in that bottom left corner, which is basically a big amusement fair that crops up on campus over the weekend, and some other activities too. So there's a ton going on campus. We're also a D1 school, so we've got a lot of athletic representation on campus. And we're also close to the city if you want to pop in for something like a concert or a farmer's market or something like that. And then lastly, quick note about the application process. Our application process is very straightforward. We're on the Common Application, as are about 1,000 other schools. So we make it really easy right off the bat. We also need high school transcripts. We're test optional, so you don't have to send in scores if you don't have them or you don't want to send them in. And then we can take 2 letters of rec. Last, most important note, early action should be the goal for everyone. So November 1st is our early action deadline. That gets you guaranteed merit scholarship consideration, which is huge and gives you time to apply to programs like our scholars programs. So if you have any questions about this, just let us know. I'll pop my email in the chat and you can chat us questions too. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Full Sail University.
Hello, everybody. All right, yeah, my name is Derek Kinsinger. I'm with the outreach team here at Full Sail University. So thank you guys for this time to give you a little bit of an introduction of who we are. We are an entertainment, media, arts, and emerging technology school located here in sunny Winter Park, Florida. Let's go ahead and check out a little bit of what our students get into. Ooh. So that was just a brief introduction to Full Sail's campus. So we, like I said, break our university down into entertainment, media, arts, and technology. But those degree programs fall into one of these 8 categories. Our over 80 programs are either in music and recording, technology, gaming, media and communications, art design, business, film and television, as well as the sports, media, and marketing industries. So excited to give you guys a breakdown of it. So as you guys saw, we are in Winter Park, Florida, which is a suburb of Orlando. So if you guys are familiar with the area, it's usually the theme parks. Both Disney World and Universal Studios are about 20 to 25 minutes away from campus and offer our students a lot of really fun things to do in their free time. And for some of our animation and film students, great places to go get some inspiration on some of the projects they'll be making in their programs. The beaches are about an hour 15 minutes away if you want to go ahead to the Gulf Coast or head over to the Atlantic. There's a lot of fun to happen there. But our area in Winter Park, we actually share this with 2 other colleges and universities. So it's a really fun melting pot of college towns and a lot of great places for students to spend free time, as well as, have great options to eat. And we offer over 30 different housing options because of this. So I'll be posting that resource in the chat if you're interested in seeing more. But we are different than most universities. We know that because of what we offer. So we love to break down kind of how we also help our students prepare for these industries. So the first is the pacing of our programs. We actually offer the ability for our students to graduate in half the time, meaning your bachelor's degree, instead of it taking 4 years, would take 2.5 years here on our campus, preparing you for those really intense but exciting creative demands that come with the entertainment industries. So that is why we do so. We really help our students be prepared to get out and hit the ground running. Additionally, we offer that flexibility to begin the program at any time. Essentially, whenever you're ready and you're done, finished up with high school, we're ready here as well. So you can start any month out of the year. And that really helps also when it comes to graduation, as we're not going to be flooding the job market every year with just our graduations happening once or twice a year. We actually have graduations happening once every month, really helping our students not have to compete against their friends and their classmates as they're getting out into their careers. And to assist you in that, you're going to be able to come back and actually prepare yourself for as the industry may change. We know with technology, things are always going to be changing and going to be modifying. So we want to make sure that we update our curriculum each and every year to teach what's industry standard to our current students, but we want to offer that to our graduates as well. So with our lifetime course auditing, you're available to come back and retake and learn any new technology or any new processes within your degree at no additional cost. That's an amazing opportunity there. And that also allows you to begin working throughout your time on those different portfolio projects and career modules. We want our students to have tangible, real-world things to showcase to potential employers once they've graduated. So if you're going into film, well, you're going to be making over 5 student films throughout your time. If you're going into one of our gaming programs, you'll be building an entire game from scratch to showcase to those gaming studios what you can do. So that is something that we really like to help our students, is have those real-world project-based opportunities. So our graduates are out doing some amazing things in the industries. So if you guys are familiar with some of those projects you guys just saw, we actually have graduates that are up winning some pretty amazing awards each and every year. At the Academy Awards, we had 121 students that were graduates that were nominated on 27 Oscar projects. We had 40 graduates at the Grammy Awards and over 200 at the most recent Game Awards. So something we're very proud about is seeing how those students that take advantage of that lifetime course auditing, as well as put their time and craft and love and creativity in what they do, find themselves winning some amazing awards and working on some pretty cool projects throughout their time in their career. Now, like I said, our graduates are doing amazing things. These companies are where those come from. So that is really what we're excited about, is not only doing things down here, as you can see with the Miami Dolphins, Disney, those areas that are close to us. EA Sports is actually headquartered about 20 minutes away from campus as well. We also like to see how they're graduating and heading out all over the country as well. So like many colleges, we do have a plethora of some opportunities for you to get into student clubs and organizations. This is just a handful of them, but we really want to showcase how students are able to have fun outside the classroom, but also build upon their professional network. We want to make sure that you are, again, making those lifelong friendships and also preparing yourself for your career. So with that, guys, I'll be posting, like I said, those resources to you in the chat. So one of those will also be the scholarship guide. So thank you so much for your time today. I hope you have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you so much. A reminder to our participants, if you have questions for any of the institutions here during these presentations, please feel free to use the Q&A function and they'll answer those questions during the presentations. Up next, we have Bridgewater College. Mark, you're muted.
Sorry. Thank you, Jenny, for organizing this night. Welcome, everyone. It's good to be on tonight. My name is Mark Griffin. I'm a Senior Associate Director of Admissions at Bridgewater College. We tend to be up and down the East Coast here tonight. We're located in Virginia. I'm in the Shenandoah Valley. We're about 2 hours southwest of Washington, D.C. Right outside this beautiful city of Harrisonburg. And the Shenandoah Valley, if you've ever visited there, it's got a plethora of outdoor activities, and we have a great location in relation to anywhere you want to get to. Okay, all right. So we are a small school. We currently have an enrollment of about 1,400 students. We target a freshman class of about 440 students each fall. You'll see that our men there are in the majority, 53%. Our diversity, race, ethnicity is up to 36%. Residency, about 75% of our students are from Virginia. And these are not all students that come right from our backyard. Typical students here probably come from like Northern Virginia to Richmond to Virginia Beach, down south to like Roanoke. So we have good representation of the state of Virginia. Our biggest out-of-state polls would be Maryland, North Carolina, and Delaware. Okay. Student athletes, we're NCAA Division III. So about 34% of our students are involved in a varsity sport. Now, we don't segment our athletes apart. They may live on with students who are athletes, and may live on a hall where students aren't athletes, and that's okay. That way you have some built-in fans. But we want our student athletes to be involved in the campus activity, in the campus life, not just their sport. Okay, you'll see the breakdown there where our mid-range GPA is 3.7 to 4.0. Okay. All right, academics. We subdivide our academics into 4 divisions: communication studies, fine arts and literature, humanities and social sciences, natural sciences, and professional studies. 31 majors and 15 minors. You'll see our most popular programs listed right there. Business administration and biology have always been number 1 or number 2 for as long as I can remember being here. They kind of interchange around a little bit, but health and exercise science is really making a big push. We have a lot of students now who are interested in the programs like athletic training. They're interested in physician's assistant, getting into the pre-med programs, physical therapy. That's been a really big push. Most of our psychology and liberal studies students are heading toward the education route. You'll see that we've added 4 graduate programs there. We're pretty well known for athletic training. It's a 5-year master's program, which now, if you want to be an athletic trainer, you have to have a master's. So we've got a big surge in that, as well as a surge in digital media strategy and human resource management. We are a liberal arts college, so all of our students are involved in a 3-part education. The first would be the general education courses, which is about a third of the curriculum. The second would be the major, and the last part would be the electives. Now, we do have a lot of students now, and I would say probably 75% of our students who are on our campus are going to take a major and a minor, and maybe a smaller percentage have a couple majors. But a lot of our students, we encourage them to get as much as they possibly can out of their education in their 4 years on our campus. Okay, we talked about athletics. This is a picture of our program, our athletic facilities. Directly below in the picture there is softball, and you'll see baseball in the middle, and the football, lacrosse stadium is right there at the top of the screen, and on the top left where you see the garages, that's where the soccer team plays. We are 23 NCAA varsity sponsored sports. We play in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, which includes most of the small colleges throughout Virginia. One thing about being an athlete at Bridgewater is we kind of sit right in the middle of our conference, which means that the average bus ride there is going to be about 2 hours. No one likes to get on a bus to have to drive 4 or 5 hours to get to a game. So we benefit from having a very nice location in relevance to the rest of our peers that we play against. You'll see we do have an equestrian program. We do cheerleading. The 11 national championships are now up to 12. We have a young lady who successfully defended her indoor track championship, and she's qualified for the outdoors. So we're counting up national championships at a slow rate, but we get them every once in a while, most often in our track and field programs. All right. Now, I tell students all the time, picking a college has 3 major criteria to it. Number 1 is the academics. Got to go to the school that has the program you're looking for. Number 2 is the social aspect of it. Are you comfortable in an environment of about 1,400 students where we are in a small town of 6,000 students, or do you want to go somewhere where there's 8,000 or 10,000 college students, and when you walk off campus, there's 500,000 people? So academics first, social aspect, then you've got to be able to pay for it, okay? Bridgewater offers one of the best merit scholarship programs out there. We offer our students anywhere from $27,000 a year up to $34,000. That's the base scholarships. We do have scholarships that work up to full tuition too. Okay, so all they have to do is apply for that. You'll see that we do give our students that come from out of state money, because that matches up to the college ranks. But over 75% of our students there are getting over $30,000 a year. Okay, so my advice to you is this: if you find a school you like, don't rule it out based on a sticker price. Go through the process, see what they can offer, and then make some decisions from there. But I'm getting close to my time here. So, but closing, I'll just say, YBC, great location, right close to the interstate, easy to get anywhere major in Virginia within 2 hours. Washington, D.C., Richmond, Myrna. Affordable, okay, with a scholarship program, and student satisfaction. We have one of the highest retention rates out there, so that tells me that our students are pretty happy. So hope you'll come take a look. Appreciate letting me be on tonight. And Jenny, it's all yours.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Up next, we have Chatham University.
All righty. Let's see here. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for being here. So I am coming from Chatham University, which is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I do like to say that because we are actually in the city. If you see any pictures of our campus, you would never believe it. As you can kind of see behind me, we're in amongst a lot of trees, but if you know Pittsburgh, there's plenty of hills and we are up on one. But what I love about it, it's a small school, but it's in the city. So it's within reach of lots of things to get involved with, including, internship opportunities, student discounts. We give you free Pittsburgh public transportation. And a lot of great things like our sporting complex for the national teams are all within the city. So there's a lot of great stuff to take advantage of. Over here on the left is our main campus, which is Shady Side. We're about 6 minutes from University of Pittsburgh, which is a very bustling part of the city with a lot of students, and about 15 minutes from the downtown area itself. So it's nice because you kind of have your a little oasis in your own world, and you go down the hill and you are in the city streets. The Eden Hall campus on our right is specifically for some unique majors such as sustainability, environmental science, and food studies. And we do have shuttles that go back and forth between the campuses. And within those campuses, we do have residence halls at both. And then something unique, a part of Chatham's history, is that we utilize a lot of the buildings in this historic neighborhood that are turn of the century mansions and have just made residence halls out of them. So it is a truly unique experience. You don't know if you'll find a bay window, a fireplace, you never know what you're going to find in them. So they are truly unique and loved by our students. Speaking of student population, so we are a small school, 2,400 overall, 1,400 of that is undergraduate, so about 1,000 grads, which just shows a lot of that connection with our grad programs as well. And we are fastly growing, which is very exciting in the Pittsburgh area. So it is exciting to see how much we are growing just between our two campuses. We're an NCAA D3 school, except for squash. That's its own division. So almost all sports, male and female, and then of course baseball and softball. And if you're looking to get involved, we have a couple club teams like dance and cheerleading and golf, as well as intramural sports to get involved on that level as well. Then different ways you can get involved. Obviously student organizations are a major part of every college experience. Even as a small school, there's so many to choose from. You couldn't even get involved in all of them that are offered. So just nice to see some of the ones we're highlighting here. They can range anywhere from major specific to something unique, such as our ukulele club. And I want to highlight that specifically because that was created by a group of students. And that's something that I really love about Chatham. It is very, it strongly promotes student advocacy. They can create their own club as a first-year student if they want to. If they feel like that's missing and they want to integrate it into the school community, that is something you can do. Most students I know, especially a lot of our student workers in the admissions office, are all parts of multiple organizations and have leadership roles in many of them. And that's, before junior or senior year. So there's a lot of ways to really get involved on campus and off campus too. Some featured academic programs. So as a liberal arts school, we kind of span the gamut on all different things, running from health sciences. Pittsburgh itself is a huge health science, health service kind of city, but also unique classes and majors such as immersive media, which is like virtual and augmented reality technology. Then you have neuroscience, which again, big health science population in Pittsburgh in terms of work, and psychology, education are all very popular areas that students come to us for. In terms of academics, another thing that's very popular for students to pursue are our integrated degree programs. So this would be if you're applying into Chatham as a first-year student, you can also be applying at the same time to see if you get an early seat into a master's program or into our accelerated doctorate program. So what's nice about them is if you get in as you get your admission to Chatham, you're not locked in. You have to maintain certain grades to stay on that track. But if you stay on it, you can jump into those programs at an earlier time, or you can decide to change your mind and just release your seat. So I think that's a really wonderful experience that you can tap into. This is one of my favorite things, a study abroad. Highly recommend it to everyone to do, but we do give a $1,200 scholarship to every undergraduate student to take advantage. And our professors love it so much. A lot of the times they do self-run programs, but we do highly encourage students to take advantage. About 45% of our population do it. Last two slides here are our scholarships. So every student who is admitted will get a merit scholarship ranging from $17,000 to $25,000. And that will be based on your weighted GPA. We are test optional, but you can supply test scores if you want. And we will also have other scholarship events throughout the year that we can get you on track for and help you participate in. And lastly, our application process. So We have our own on our website. We also are on the Common App. Both are free. There's no application fee. Both usually open up at the beginning of August. We are test optional. Some things we recommend over here, the essay and letter of recommendation, but we want to look very holistically at you. So share who you are, share your activities and involvement, tell us a story in your essay, get a letter of recommendation from someone who can talk about your strengths. That's what we want to see. We're a very holistic school. So I hope you enjoyed this, and please check out the chat. I'll put my contact information in there. Thanks so much.
Thank you. And a quick reminder to our participants to use that Q&A function if you have any last questions for our presenters here. And last but not least, tonight we have University of Virginia.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for staying on to hear from me. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you. I'm here today to tell you a little bit about the University of Virginia. Like my colleagues, I won't be able to cover much. So my goal really is to tell you a little bit about who we are and how we learn. And if you're interested in what you hear, we certainly encourage you to check out our virtual or in-person information sessions and tours to learn more. So we're the University of Virginia. We were founded over 200 years ago here in Charlottesville, Virginia, which is about 2 hours south of the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, about an hour to the west of the city of Richmond, which is the capital of the Commonwealth. And while we've grown and changed a lot in our several centuries, 2 centuries of history, we were founded as a living and learning institution with the goal of educating lifelong learners who would be citizen scholars, people who would be using their learning every day to contribute to their communities and to the global community. And those values are at the core of everything that we do here at UVA and every piece of our education. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about who goes to school at UVA. We have about 18,000 undergraduate students. We are a public university, and so residency is a big part of both our admission process and our mission to serve the Commonwealth of Virginia. So you'll see just under 2/3 of our students will be Virginians, with the remaining students coming from just about every single state and U.S. territory, as well as over 100 countries around the world. So you'll be going to school regardless of where you're from, with students from all over the place, from all kinds of different backgrounds and all different walks of life. The other thing that I want to let you know about on this slide that I think is really important to understand when you come to UVA is we also have a very robust transfer population, a strong pool of students who begin their education at another school, but then find UVA is on their hearts and minds and apply to transfer into one of our programs here after they begin. So do keep that in mind, especially if you're a Virginian. We do have a guaranteed admission program with our Virginia Community College system. So that is a very viable route if you want to or need to start school closer to home for any reason. I want to talk to you a little bit about how we learn here at UVA. So in admission jargon terms, we are a large, highly selective state research university with a focus on the undergraduate experience. That's a lot of jargon terms that don't really mean anything to anyone, but something I want to highlight is we are a research university with a focus on the undergraduate experience, which is a pretty rare thing. So we offer the opportunity to learn in niche fields with professors with very niche areas of expertise, but also to have that small, intimate classroom experience where you're getting a lot of hands-on mentorship, you're able to do research, you're participating in running the university. So we have a number of different schools here at UVA that award degrees. We have just under 100 areas that you can major in, as well as a number of minors on top of that. If it were up to us, we would just let you come to UVA and figure it out once you get here. But there are a couple of programs here that require you begin in your first year. So applying to us out of high school, you're going to have to pick one of 5 options, either the College of Arts and Sciences, which is our rigorous liberal arts option, has most of our majors and minors. You won't have to declare your major until your 4th semester. Or if you want to study in the School of Engineering, the School of Architecture, the School of Nursing, or the kinesiology major, which is the study of the human body under stress, you will have to apply directly into those as a first year, as you will need to begin in your first year to earn a degree in 4. If those options aren't enough for you, we have several upper divisional programs, and that's a fancy way of saying those are programs that want to see you develop that strong liberal arts background, the ability to analyze information across disciplines, to communicate with people inside and outside of your area of expertise, before specializing in your third and fourth year. So there's options on the bottom of the slide are programs you'll begin in the College of Arts and Sciences, and when you declare your major, you'll spend your third and fourth year specializing in them. Regardless of the school here at UVA, you're going to be in small classes, you're going to have the opportunity to do research with faculty members, and you're going to be able to study abroad too. And I think that's really important to know. The last thing I want to say before I tell you a little bit about how to get some money out of us is that outside of the classroom, education is a really important part of the UVA experience. We have what we call a culture of student self-governance, which means that students participate in running the university at every level. We have over 1,000 chartered independent organizations, which are our clubs and organizations that receive their funding directly from our student government that you elect. About 2/3 of our students do research as undergraduate students. About 70% of our students are doing internships. So we like to think that learning is something that you do in every sphere of your life, and those are integrated rather than separate. Last thing I want to talk about really quickly, it is challenging to get in, and we believe every student who gets in deserves to be able to attend regardless of their family's socioeconomic background. So we are lucky to be one of only 2 public universities that is both need blind in our admission review, meaning that we admit students regardless of their family's ability or inability to pay, and we're committed to meeting 100% of demonstrated need, which means that you'll fill out 2 forms for us, which will give us a sense of what your family can contribute towards the cost of a UVA education, and we'll meet the difference between that estimate and the total cost 100%. I highly encourage you check out our net price calculator on our website to get a sense of what a UVA education might cost for you and your family. The last thing I want to leave you with is, as a school with so many rich traditions and students from so many different walks of life, we're looking for students who are going to come and leave their mark on UVA. Most of the traditions here were started by our students. And so if you're looking for a school that you can really take ownership of and own your experience and leave a mark on, we hope you consider UVA. And that's all from me. I hope you check out our office and our resources to learn more about what your experience might look like here.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our institutions here today for sharing more about yourselves. We have just a little bit of time for some Q&A, so I'll go ahead and ask everyone to come back on the screen at this point. Our question for the evening is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So you can share your nuggets of wisdom. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We'll go in the same order, starting with Washington College.
Yeah, great. This is a great question. I think my number one piece of advice for someone starting their college search would be to visit a campus if at all possible. You can hear us talk about our schools as much for days on end, or you can look at it online as much as you want. But I think being there in person really gives you the best sense of whether that's the right place for you or not.
So one piece of advice, depending on where you are in your college search, you may not have started to take in like a lot of information. This might be kind of early days for you, but you will get a lot of information from different colleges through your college search. So whether or not you are an Excel person, I really do recommend that you become one. Either use Google Sheets, use Excel, organize yourself with deadlines and login information and contact information for your admissions counselors, because staying organized is really going to reduce your stress and make things really easy to access.
Yes, my one piece of advice would be you're going to be meeting with a lot of people that know, like I said, a lot about their universities, but they might not know as much about you. So make sure that you ask all those tough questions, get to know the university as best that you can, because this is about you. This is your experience. We have a lot to offer, but make sure that we have exactly what to offer for you guys.
Is that me? My piece of advice would be this: everybody's got nice looking buildings, everybody's got nice looking pictures on the wall, the grass is green on every campus. Colleges are all about the students. So when I have students visit my campus, I tell them, go to the dining hall. I want you to stay at least an hour. I don't care if you eat for an hour, but just go and talk to general students. Just ask them what it's all about, because you'll get a feel for a school that way. Just I tell my students, don't listen to me. I don't go to the restaurant because the chef tells me it's good, but I'll listen to the customers. So that's my advice to you, is talk to as many students on any college campus you're considering to see what their experience is all about.
My advice is to check out different types of colleges. You may have in your mind that you were going to this one type of college your whole life, or that's what you think is the right fit. And you may step onto that campus and realize that is not the right fit for you. And that's okay. So you don't want to panic and think, oh my gosh, what am I doing now? So just take this time, especially as it's early, maybe in the summer, see a couple different schools. If you're in a city or there's a couple different schools nearby, go to a couple. It never hurts just to walk on a campus, even if you don't do an official tour. See a big school, a small school, a private, a public, a rural, a city. It just helps you get a little bit more awareness of what suddenly you feel like in that space.
So these are two things that go hand in hand, but I think the last few years have made an incredible amount of information available over the internet. You can really do a lot and learn a lot about many different kinds of schools from the comfort of your own home. And you'll learn that there are many great options out there. The other piece of that is don't focus too much on finding the one perfect school, because there are so many great options out there. Know that there's going to be a great option for you, and that you can do great things from whichever school you choose to attend. And know that there are many different schools that could be that perfect school for you.
Thank you so much, everyone. That's all fantastic advice. Participants, if we weren't able to get to any of your questions today, please feel free to reach out to any of the lovely individuals on the screen, visit their websites, get in contact with them. They'll be more than happy to answer any other questions that you may have. Thank you to our schools for joining us tonight, and thank you, participants. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. So we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And we encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions that are happening right after this one. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/PCACAC. That's strivescan.com/PCACAC. Thank you very much, and best of luck on your college search process. Have a great day, great night, everyone.